These are the 8th graders at Trinity Lutheran School in Caledonia. They're about to show you exactly how much they know in how much they learned in English class the last few years and, well, since kindergarten. And they're going to make their teacher look really, really good today, which takes a lot. So good luck to y'all. And I've now passed the camera over to Devin. He is our cinematographer, a future Steven Spielberg. And he'll take it from here. Here at Trinity, we believe in technology. The overhead projector is cutting edge. And what they do is they're all very trustworthy. They take their red pens, they correct their own assignments. That way it's a nice little self-check so they know what they've done wrong, and they can hopefully see what a perfect paper looks like up there on the overhead, and then they can adjust accordingly. Oh, yeah. Right here. You doing the answer guide?
Yeah.
It's kind of nice that way they get instant feedback as to how much they understand something. I generally do look over the papers before I hand them back. Make sure that they didn't miss anything, right, 8th grade? Yeah. Question was asked, like for number 1, for example, it says bandwagon and loaded words. You don't have to have both of them, but that's just showing you that it could be either one. Okay, so either one, either bandwagon or loaded words. So either propaganda technique is acceptable. Lesson on Wednesday, by the way, was fact, opinion, propaganda techniques, things like that. All right, any questions? Any questions? Going once, twice. All right, please put the number wrong at the top. Have you passed the number correct? Graders, why don't you turn around and wave at the camera and say hi to the people at Holy Trinity in New Hope, Minnesota. Say, go ahead. Hi. Hi, everybody. We are the kids of Trinity in Caledonia, Wisconsin. They are Holy Trinity. There's actually talk that we're going to call our church Holier Trinity, just to kind of one-up them. You don't think that's happening? By the way, today, how hot is it outside? What's the temperature here in Wisconsin? Huh? it's like 85. Okay, and we're by the lake. So that's really saying, by the way, we have lakes over here. Oh, you have lots of lakes in Minnesota too, don't you? That's right. You're the land of 10,000 lakes, as it says in their license plate. But yeah, it's 85 here. You know what it is right now in Minneapolis? No, it's like 20. It's snowing. That's like cold. They're all wearing scarves and winter coats and everything. So yeah, it's cold over there. Yeah, we know that, right? Okay. We're going to be classifying sentences, gang. We've been doing that all school year long. Our first sentence that we're going to classify, the one you see at the top there, that is a sentence typical of something that we went through in the beginning of the year, beginning of the school year. Okay? And by classifying, what we do is we ask some questions. We basically, what commonly is known as sentence diagramming, but we call it classifying. We ask certain questions, we identify each part of speech, we also identify the parts of the sentence. And our first sentence today, photographers appeared here quite unexpectedly. I know this is an easy one, so please don't yawn too loud. First question, who appeared here quite unexpectedly? First question, Lauren?
Photographer, subject noun.
Okay, we want, now, Mr. Spielberg back there does not have a boom mic, okay, so you gotta make sure you're nice and loud when you answer. Alright, so, correct. Photographer, subject noun. What is being said about photographers? Colin?
Photographers appeared here.
Okay, good. Alright, appeared where? Jacqueline?
Here, actor.
Appeared how? Josh?
Unexpectedly at verb.
How unexpectedly?
Quite adjective.
Grisma?
Quite adverb.
Nice and loud?
Quite adverb.
Okay, what are the three questions that, we'll just kind of take a break right now for a second. What are the three questions adverbs answer? Three questions are, Lindsay?
How, when,
How, when, where, about what parts of speech? What parts of speech? Do adverbs answer the questions how, when, and where? Luke?
Nouns.
No?
verbs and other adverbs and adjectives.
Three parts of speech are verbs, adverbs, adjectives. Okay? How, when, where are the three adverb questions. They answer them about verbs, adverbs, adjectives. Alright? Adjectives answer the questions. Case?
What kind of
Okay. About what parts of speech?
nouns or pronouns?
Alright? Got adjectives and adverbs, keep them straight. Okay. Continue then. Next step as we classify. Kayla?
Subject noun, verb, pattern one.
Alright, it's a subject noun, verb, pattern one. So it just has a subject noun, just has a verb, so it's a pattern one sentence. How many patterns have we learned this school year? And last year? Colin?
7.
7 in all. 7 total. Okay? It all depends on whether they have a direct object or not, whether it's a linking verb with an object complement noun, object complement adjective, all of that is what goes into what type of, or what pattern sentence it is. Alright, and next, so we've identified the sentence as a pattern one. Then what, Case? It's a declarative sentence, right, so we put a big D, slap the big D at the end. What else? Next thing I can do? Jordan?
Put a slash before appeared.
Okay. What's the slash for? Why do we put a slash there, Josh?
It separates the noun, the subject noun from the verb.
Okay, could do that. Or, another thing it does, Kayla?
Separates the subject from the predicate.
The complete subject from the complete predicate. So if the directions were to ask me to underline the subject part once, underline the predicate part twice, having the slash there helps me out quite a bit. I just know that on one side, I underline it once, the other side, I underline it twice. The subjects and predicates are now divided. Alright, now, there are times, however, when part of the predicate will end up in front of the sentence, though, right? Normally, it's pretty standard, pretty straightforward. Subjects in front, predicates in back, right? Sometimes, however, there are parts of a predicate that can end up in the front of a sentence. What do we call that type of a sentence? We say that sentence is in, Luke?
Inverted sentence.
It's an inverted, Jacqueline? Inverted word order. What are the three cases, what are the three scenarios in which a sentence can be an inverted word order? Lauren?
If there's a preposition in the beginning of the sentence, if there's a helping verb, or if there's an adverb.
Okay, and all of them will have what at the end? Jeff? What's that? A comma. All three of those will have a comma at the end when it's in the beginning of the sentence. So why is that part of the predicate? Because it modifies the verb, or it modifies something in the predicate, and that makes it part of the predicate. So sometimes you're going to catch that, you're going to get that, right? You're going to get those predicate parts in the beginning of the sentence, then we say that it's in inverted word order. Okay, this one's too easy. So let's step it up a notch here. Let's make it a little tougher. This is a very common sentence that we would generally take towards the end of the year. Although, actually, to be real honest, we haven't really classified for a while, have we guys? We've been working on verbals and verbal phrases and clauses and the types of clauses and things like that. So we've been kind of doing some other things. All right. So this sentence here, as you see, pretty wordy. Let's see if we can classify this using the same question and answer flow techniques. The sentence that you see up here, the president of the company appointed Jamie the key facilitator of his operations. First question, who appointed Jamie the key facilitator of his operations? Next?
President, subject, noun.
Correct. What is being said about president? Michaela.
President appointed verb.
All right. President appointed whom? Josh.
Jamie verified noun.
Let's do that. Does Jamie mean the same thing as president? Luke.
No.
No. So what does that mean? Jamie is a Austin.
Jamie
Not a direct object. No. You need a direct object first before you can have an indirect object. Next.
Jamie, direct object.
Made Jamie direct object. That is correct. All right. So if we now know we have a direct object, what little adjustment do we need to make? Prisma.
Appointed verb transitive.
Right. So if we have a direct object in the sentence, that means this is no ordinary regular verb. This is now a transitive verb, and we mark it like such. President appointed Jamie whom? President appointed Jamie whom? Jordan?
Facilitator, verify the noun.
Okay, let's do that. Does facilitator mean, when we verify it, we make sure that it means or doesn't mean the same thing as the direct object or the subject? In this case, it's the direct object. Does facilitator mean the same thing as Jamie? Are they one and the same? More.
Yes, facilitator object complement noun.
Good. Facilitator then, we say is an object, complement, noun. Right. Okay, continue. Michaela?
Of preposition.
Of preposition. Now I have to ask the question to find the object of the preposition. Of what? Of what, Colin?
Accompanying object of the preposition.
Correct. Continue. Case.
The article, adjective.
Okay. What are the articles? Give me the three articles. Yep.
And,
A and the. Right. So those one of them. Keep going. Lindsay?
Of preposition.
Oh, another one. Okay. Of what? Of what, Maddox?
operations.
Object.
Object of the preposition.
Good. Okay. Okay. You're getting a little confused with the object complement noun. Continue. What else we got up here? Lindsay?
The article is
Correct. Okay. Whose operations? Whose operations? Austin?
His possessive pronoun adjective.
His is a possessive pronoun adjective. Correct. And one more question for you. Actually, I'm sorry, I have more questions, but one more word that we need to classify here. What kind of facilitator? Kind of facilitator up here, Jet?
key adjective.
Correct. All right. What else can you add for me here? What else can you add up here? Case?
R.
The article, oh, yeah, sorry, we had to get that one too. Alright, what else? Continue. You get the lens cap off, don't you? Okay, Charisma?
Of the company, prepositional phrase.
Okay, of the company, prepositional phrase. Lindsay?
Of the operation, prepositional phrase.
Okay. What else? Josh?
Period statement, declarative sentence.
Correct. Anything else we can add? I got another question for you, yeah. Michaela?
Subject, noun, verb, transitive, direct object, object, complement, noun, phrase, six.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
You sound like you're really sure. Pretty sure?
Yeah.
If you, okay, percentage wise, what would you say? Obviously not 100, but what are you thinking?
About 70%.
What, 70%?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, would you use a lifeline right now?
Probably.
Okay. But you're right, actually. It is a pattern 6. Okay, what's a pattern 7? Pattern 7 would be a what? Jordan?
Object, complement, adjective.
Right, that's an OCA, right? This is an OCN, so pattern 6, so you're correct. Alright, what else can we add? Jacqueline? Ah, so that separates subject and predicate, you're right. Got a question for you though. Is this sentence in a natural or inverted word order? Jordan?
Natural, no change.
Natural, no change. A natural sentence is a sentence like this, where you have nothing in the predicate up here, right? It's a very traditional sentence. You got subject in front, predicate in back, boom. However, like those cases that we talked about before with prepositional phrases, with adverbs, right, and helping verbs in the beginning, parts of the chunks of the predicate are in front. That means it's an inverted word order. So when we do our underlining, you know, we gotta underline that stuff in front twice and then everything else once. So why don't we just say, not all the directions always require us to underline, right? But when we do, here's what we do. We underline the subject part once and the predicate part twice. Is there anything else we need to take care of up here, or are we good to go? Backward. You did that successfully, right? Okay, very good. Give yourselves all a pat on the back. Now here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to get with each other in your rows, and I want you to pick a jingle. One jingle that you would like to hear today, okay? So get together, pick your favorite jingles, and then we'll show the good people the new home clothes. Make sure you videotape them dancing, right? While they sing the jingle. Why don't you turn the camera around, have them see you for a second.
Come on now. Say hi.
And once you've selected one, take a seat and face the front, and then I'll know you're ready. Devin's going to tape your dance moves. And Devin's going to tape your dance moves as we sing and dance.
Of course.
And those dance moves will then be submitted to the brand new reality show. So you know you can't dance, right? That's what it's called. All right, looks like we're ready. We'll start with row 4. What's your pleasure? In other words, what jingle?
12.
Okay. Jingle 12, which is what? What jingle again? I'm sorry.
Transition word jingle.
Transition word jingle.
shall hear about transition words that make your writing smooth and clear. Transition words are connecting words. You add them to the beginning of sentences and paragraphs to keep your ideas spinning and give your writing flow. These words can clarify, summarize, or emphasize. Compare or contrast, inform or show time. Learn them now and your writing will shine. Transition for words that show time. First, second, third, before, during, after, next, then, and finally. Transition for words that inform. For example, for instance, in addition as well, also next to another, along with and beside. Transition for words that contrast, although, even though, but, yet, still, otherwise, however, and on the other hand. Transition for words that compare, as, also, like, and likewise.
Just want the camera by here so they hear it. Transition for words that clarify, for example, for instance, and in other words. Transition for words that emphasize, truly, again, for this reason, and in fact. Transition for words that summarize, therefore in conclusion, in summary, and finally, to sum it up, all in all, as a result, and last. Transition words. All right, and roll 3. What's your pleasure? It's an all request Monday.
19.
And that one would be again?
The possessive noun jingle.
Okay.
A possessive noun just can't be beat. It shows ownership and that is neat. Add an apostrophe to show possession. This is a great ownership lesson. Adjective is its part of speech. Ask whose to find it as you speak. Whose house? Tommy's house. Possessive noun adjective.
Okay. As you camera, as you see, the genres of music really are pretty spread out there. You know, you got your rap and you got your whatever that it was, and I don't think there's any reggae, right?
What?
Any reggae? Reggae
It's
is.
just the most favorite music.
It's kind of like, how do you describe reggae? I don't know, to someone who doesn't.
Caribbean type music, maybe.
What's that?
Like, when I think of like reggae, I think of like house.
Okay.
Like Sean Paul is considered reggae.
He is?
Who he is.
Yeah.
Like, there's
In like a
27's kind of reggae-ish.
island type music.
yeah.
Like,
You know what? I don't know what 27 is, but I just want to hear it just to see what you're talking about. Which one is that again?
The object complement noun. Or object
That's that's pretty close. No, let's listen to that one. Just I get that. That's my request. I just used mine up. So, all right, let's listen to that one. That's pretty close. No, you're right.
An object complement may be an adjective or noun. An object complement can easily be found. First you find the direct object and then you ask what. And an object complement is what you've got.
Yeah, it's kind of a cross between reggae and someone dancing around in a fruit hat or something. Bunch of fruit on the head and doing all that. Okay, so where are we now? We're on row number 2. What you got?
Jingle number 25, the noun job jingle.
Noun jobs. Who's singing background on this one? Okay.
Now will give you a run for your money. They do so many jobs that it's not even funny. A noun, person, place, thing, or idea is very appealing. But it's the noun job that is so revealing. To find the nouns in a sentence, go to their jobs. Nouns can do objective job. Nouns can do subjective jobs.
That was your opportunity.
They're the S-N-E-R-N jobs.
That was over time.
Jobs. Jobs.
Over time.
Noun jobs. Yeah.
You want to do that one more time?
Yes.
I think all the girls should have to do it.
What the guys?
Yes, guys.
Nouns will give you a run for your money. They do so many jobs that it's not even fun. A noun, person, place, thing, or idea is very appealing. But it's the noun job. It's so revealing. To find the nouns in a sentence, go to their job.
Go to their jobs.
Nouns can do objective jobs.
Objective jobs.
They're the I-O, D-O, and O-P jobs. And nouns can do subjective jobs.
Subjective jobs.
They're the S-N-E-R-N jobs. 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 Noun jobs. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Very nice. Okay, and row 1.
23. Yeah.
23, which was?
Indirect object.
Indirect, oh indirect.
Indirect, oh indirect, oh indirect object. Give me that indirect, oh indirect, oh indirect object.
Indirect object is a noun or pronoun that precedes what the direct object names.
Indirect
An indirect object is found between the verb transitive and the direct object.
to find the indirect object. As to whom or for whom. After the direct object. An indirect.
Indirect.
Yeah.
An indirect object.
All right, very nice. Thank you, Devin. You can press the right there.